unknowing. The unknowing. That's crazy. I still like don't know if like dude was legitimate or not. I remember him. I do remember him. When I was looking into his eyes, I could tell he was high on something like so he tried to switch it up and tell me how skinny I got. He said, "You got skinny. You got skinny." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Yeah, every time I noticed, like every time I looked into his eyes, like he ran that on me. He got skinny, and probably not because I'm not saying that makes him a perp or anything, but you know. Knowing that everybody's not a part of it. Damn, that shit's crazy making it. That's what I mean, like the psychological value of this program, like you'll never be able to look at people the same. Like I still can't even decide whether this fucking dude is legitimate or not. Like he didn't target me or no shit. He said the only thing he said was he got skinny. And that's only because he knew I knew he was like fucking probably on meth. I don't know what he was on, but he was on something. So he probably tried to deflect me. Probably thought I was gonna say something about it. Yeah, man, that's proof right there that this program is fucked up, man. That's proof right there, man. It's like he didn't target me. He showed me his little fucking legitimate Google badge for his job. What do you think? Yeah, man, this motherfucker, well, Google motherfuckers are like the fucking top dogs and fucking harassing people, I would think. Shit. I don't know, it's just hard to tell. It's like you know, but you don't know. No. It's crazy. I wonder if I would like, I don't know, I probably would. Just because of the psychological value of it, people like popping up from the past and shit. It seems like out of nowhere. But the crazy thing is he didn't target me. He didn't say, you know, he didn't, even when I said is you with them and shit, he didn't do no like the regular, targeted thing. He did like the police getting getting on the walkie-talkie and shit. Probably thought I was calling him a cop. But I don't know, man. It's just hard to know. It's hard to tell. But I can't say he didn't target me. He did say you're getting. They like to say that shit. You're doing drugs. You're paranoid. You think everybody's watching you. You're on drugs. He did, but he could tell you. He knew I was looking in his eyes, though. He knew I knew he was on something. He knew I knew, so he tried to hurry up and throw that shit on me. You need to stay off that shit. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I don't fucking care what you fucking do. Don't try and put that shit on me, though. America. This is America. Yes, sir. SJPD getting people killed one day at a time and sweeping it under the rug. Harassing people with psychological warfare. Vandalizing people's vehicles. Stopping people from being able to handle their everyday business. Amongst a bunch of other motherfucking things. Yeah. That's fucking crazy, man. And that's like 20 fucking years ago. 20 fucking years ago since I seen that dude. Like, we was fucking kids. And now I'm fucking that. In a way, it seems like they fucking had him come up out of. But Google is like, he did show me his Google badge, and Google is coming from the direction he was coming from. But then it's like Google does stalk people. Google does stalk people. He did just pop out of nowhere for like 20 years. But he didn't say nothing that had anything to do with targeting. Even when I asked him, I was like, did they send you and shit? He just got on his fucking shirt and acted like I was talking about the police and shit. When I usually say that about perps, they fucking, when I say that to the perps, they play stupid. They be like, who? Who send me? Who send me? And they'll fucking scratch their head and shit. It seemed like he didn't have no type of energy like that. But he did tell me, he did. They be telling me I'm on dope, though. They be like, you on dope, you paranoid. And he did say, man, you got skinny, man, you fucking with us. But he could tell that I knew he was on something. Hands down. When he was talking to me, I was just looking in his eyes and shit, and he could tell, I knew. I think he thought I was gonna say something. Like I care about that shit. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I'm not trying to guess. I'm not gonna. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, United? By the way, Nappy, you went the wrong version of Confession of a Gang Stalker. You gotta pull it up. on the internet. You went the wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure what you meant. Oh, that movie. Okay, of the thing. Yeah, okay. I cause I was kind of tripping off that shit. I was like, are you sure this is real? Cause it almost sounds like he's trying to make it seem like some type of, like almost like a murder mystery fucking audio book or some shit. Like it sounds like an audio book. Lady, get down. Lady, down. You better quit letting them people teach you like that. Do you ever feel like lasers beaming on you? Yeah, bro, they burn us. Those lights that you see on the street that are super 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 bright, they have a thing. It's a big ass plate. It's a crowd control device, and they have it strapped on a tank, and it's riot control. Like if there's a riot, they can roll the tank to you, turn that thing on, and it microwaves and it burns your fucking flesh, and you run away from it and you don't feel it no more. You get a certain distance away from it, you don't feel it no more. You get it within the range, and that shit's cooking you. It's a riot control fucking weapon. The same. It's just the same device that they're using on us. It's just been fucking. It's been broken down and re-engineered to fit into fucking car lights and shit like that. But the very same fucking microwaves that they use for crowd control are the very same microwaves that they're shooting at us from those high frequency beams. And so, like, they burn us, man. If you notice, sometimes maybe if they're really hitting you with the shit hard, you'll have like a buildup on the side of your nose, between your nose and your cheek on both sides. You'll have a fucking buildup of some type of fucking, I don't know what it is, whether it's some type of pus or some type of shit that your skin is permeating but it's basically because your skin is being burned. So, yeah, people are getting a lot of gray hairs and shit popping out their flesh and shit with what seem like gray hairs, and they're not even gray hairs, they're fibers. They think they're gray hairs, but in all actuality, they're fibers. It's really fucking sick what our government is doing to us. What our police departments are allowing themselves to be forced into. But they don't have to be forced. They're getting funded. They don't give a fuck about the American people as long as their families are okay. They don't give a fuck. Neither do these piece of shit rats. They'll tell on their fucking brothers and sisters for fucking, a $3,000 reward, $2,000 reward, and shit they'll spend up in less than a month. They'll fucking, tell on their relative and make their relative have to do the rest of their fucking life in prison. So, it's just no morals, man. No fucking morals, no fucking... Nothing is the way, it's no fucking structure. It's all fucking... everybody's up under a piece of shit construction. Like, not everybody, but a good portion of the people we come in contact with are up under a piece of shit construction, which means they're being... Anything real about them has been broken down and taken up out of them, or it was never even there. It was enacted from the beginning. But every single thing is being, if they were real, that shit is being broken down. They're being, indoctrinated with a whole bunch of new shit. Like, you can change your life, be a better person. And, these are people who might really want to change their lives and think that they're doing something good. And then, because at one point I shouldn't say at one point because, it already happened. Like, I've changed my life. But what I mean by that is, like, I've been in a situation to where, like, when I was doing, like, back and forth to jail and shit, I wanted to fucking change my life and shit. But you could have never put me in a fucking program like this. Like, you could have never made me go around and fucking... Like, what do you mean? You mean to tell me you're gonna pay me to do something you've been arresting me for... Well, you haven't been arresting me for... But, selling drugs and all that shit. But, you're gonna arrest me for felonies and shit. I mean, you're gonna hire me to do the felonies and shit. Like, these are things that I've been arrested for. Not the same actions, but the same, felonies, misdemeanors. Like, these are cases. Like, these are crimes. So you're trying to tell me that you want me to commit crimes for you? And I can get paid to commit crimes? No, why don't you just pay me back for all the times you locked me up when I did commit crimes? Since you want to hire me to fucking commit crimes, just fucking pay me for all the crimes I did commit and that you locked me up for. I'll be happy with that. I don't want your fucking job. I don't want that shit. No matter how bad I want to change my life, you're not going to pat me on the back and say, go do this, go make a fool out of yourself, and, this weekend we'll go watch a football game, or we'll go to the fucking Sharks hockey game. I'm a grown fucking man. I don't need your fucking pat on the back. I don't need your fucking field trip to a Sharks game. I don't need you to fucking go into your house and make a nice chicken meal for me. I don't need none of your fucking bullshit, so... It's like... I don't know, man. You would think that these grown men, these adults, I say grown men, women, I don't want to sound sexist and shit, but I think, it's easier maybe for like a woman to latch on to somebody like going through this program. But for a dude, like, to be, it's natural for a woman to want to feel protected. For a dude to fucking You know, you don't need that type of fucking protection. Like, you don't need to fucking be taken out to no fucking baseball games or, you know, you don't need this little fucking, these little bullshit big brother type of fucking, I need some fucking affection. If you want affection, go get a fucking pet. Go get you a dog or a fucking cat. Like, you know, get you something that'll become attached to you or some shit. Like, don't be seeking no fucking, you know, don't seek no fucking, if it's not your father, don't be seeking no fucking acceptance from anybody, especially fucking law enforcement and these domestic terrorist motherfuckers indoctrinating you with bullshit, trying to lie to you. Like, you should be smart enough to know changing your life doesn't consist of harassing people for the police. You should know that. We all should know that. And now I don't know if that was like a psychological thing what they did, if they did a psychological thing or not. I'm still fucking tripping off dude. Like, I haven't seen that dude in like 20 years. And he looked hella different. Like, he looked like a fucking complete fucking different person and shit. And it's popped up out of nowhere. But it's not like it's not, people don't fucking work. And you don't run into people that you haven't seen in a long time. But this program is fucking, like, that's like, you know, every day I learn something new about what this fucking program has done to me. And now it's like, it's got me fucking just thinking like, fucking like, damn, man. I remember when we used to hustle and get fucking motels and shit. Like, last time I seen that dude, like, it was fucking damn near kids, man. Going to tow yards and have a fucking car going to tow yards and having competitions and shit. Like, the best car from the tow yard. It's crazy, man. But then it still has me thinking, like, damn, dude was not tired. Like, I still can't get that out my head. Like, was he a perp or was he, like, is he fucking... He seemed legitimate. He didn't do no perp shit except saying, oh, you got skinny. But that's only because I could tell he was high. Like, I could tell he was off, like, on I don't know what it was, but he was on something. And I was looking at him in his eyes. Like, when he was talking to me, I was looking at him. I think that's why he said that, to kind of, you know, deflect anything I might have said. But I wasn't going to say anything. I don't care about what anybody's doing or nothing like that. It don't matter. Unless you're fucking domestically terrorizing me, then I don't want to be around you and shit, doing that shit. Be around you, period, but I'm not gonna treat you like you're a yucky person and shit, like, you know. Hey, what's going on, Edward? The system is mentally ill, that's the problem. Yeah, it is, man. And they constantly, I notice, like, this is one of my recognition points. Like, I'm starting to recognize shit. Like, right now, I'm not for sure if they sent that dude. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, even though I know better. Even though I know better than that, you know, it seems like in this program, nothing just fucking happens out of the blue. But I don't know, man. It's just fucking. When I realized it was who it was, man, like, fucking. Now I got fucking, like, I'm thinking about all the shit that I'm thinking about all the past. Like it's crazy, and I think they know that I think that's why they triggered that shit. Like, and then he was bringing up certain shit, like, and now I'm just remembering hella shit. And but now not it's I think it's to kind of correlate. It's trying to make me. It's almost like I can feel like it's like a program updating in me or some shit. Like, I'm not saying that's what it is, but like on some psychological shit, it's like slowly but surely, it's like they're trying to insert some type of fucking program to which it's trying to make me correlate more and more that everybody's a part of this, because I can see myself. I can like I'm literally fucking checking myself right now as far as trying to figure out if they sent him or if they didn't. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. But all of this shit, all of me thinking about this shit now, some of this shit is getting strategically fucking locked into my subconscious, man. You know, strategically, and then, you know, I might see somebody that I fucking, you know, knew in the past would do, and fucking, you know, all that shit's gonna just build, like, it's like walls and walls, like, subconsciously I'm building walls that I don't know that I'm building in the back of my head and shit, like, and I could tell just with this encounter and shit, like this fucking encounter, and it's happened with a couple different encounters. It's the same with the encounters and then smells. It's either somebody that I haven't seen in a long time or a smell that I haven't smelled in a long time. It's easy for me to believe that the people with the smell that I haven't smelled in a long time are fucking perps and shit, because, you know, a smell is different than a person. You could walk into somebody 30, 40 fucking years from now on some regular fucking shit, and you could smell the same smell, but like old school smells and shit, like they just got that, they got that more sophisticated, like adult, like, and more, you know, more adult, like the colognes had more of an adult smell back in the day, and the female colognes had more of a adult smell. Like, these colognes nowadays are a bunch of fucking fruity, or, you know, real fucking, you know, it's not we got a skunk, ladies and gentlemen. We got a skunk in the park. Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew. I remember when scrapping lady with puppies. They got a big ass creek back here. It's a bunch of fucking, like, it's a bunch of wild cats in there, like, and they all get along. They all be in the back of that creek. Like, they all survive in their shit. It's possums, fucking raccoons, skunks, and wild cats, like stray cats and shit. And don't none of them ever be fucking fighting and shit. Like, it's crazy. It's a community of a fucking different few different fucking animals down there. Skunks are really fucking cool too. They're smart, man. I be looking at some YouTube channels. People got skunks. People got fucking squirrels, and, you know, we look at that shit like wildlife, but it's no different than a dog. Like, a dog is just a tamed, you know, a dog is just well, before they started fucking creating all types of fucking clones and shit, making all types of different dogs and shit, you know, they still have animal instincts and dog instincts, and then you know you gotta tame them. So you know, if you could get you a squirrel, like this one dude even had a pigeon that he tamed. Not the type that you clap your hands and they dance and all that shit, but like he had one that he talked to, and that motherfucker communicated with him. Like he would whistle and that motherfucker would come flying on his shoulder and shit. But animals that you would think, you know, were just fucking pea-brain fucking, they're just fucking, like, animals are smart as fuck, man, and they have the capability of learning just like any human. People be making their dogs talk or having their dogs talk and shit. That should be crazy. I remember I used to want one of those. I think I was a kid too. I was like 7 years old, and I seen this fucking show or this movie called Beastmaster, and this dude, he controlled all the animals and shit, and he had the two ferrets. And then when I got older, I started seeing stuff on ferrets and shit. And, you know, ferrets are smart as fuck, man. You could literally, like, the Beastmaster used to have the ferrets steal shit. Like, steal rings and steal shit. And then, I think later on down the line, I seen a YouTube video where a dude was having his ferrets go into fucking purses and shit like that and steal wallets and cell phones. I always wanted a fucking ferret. And then I went to Reno when I was going back and forth to Reno when I was younger and shit. You know, you can have them out there and shit, but you can't have them out here and shit. So I seen a couple people out there in Reno with ferrets. They're clingy as fuck too. Like they, you know, once they know you're their owner and shit, like they want to be around you like that. And they do all types of shit. Like they wanna impress you. They're like dogs. Like they're like dogs. They try and impress their masters. Hey, what's going on, Mo? Raccoons, and ferrets, cool pets. Yeah, I don't think I would deal with no fuck. I seen somebody with a porcupine with that, but they had their fucking pines taken out. I wouldn't want, like, certain things I wouldn't want. Like, even though they probably, you know, I don't think I could do no porcupine. I couldn't do a snake really. I mean, that'd be probably cool to have, but I don't want. You know, I don't want no fucking animal for no decoration and shit. A snake is really, you know, a snake is really a decoration pet. It doesn't show no emotions, even though it probably has emotions, like, you know, maybe wrapping around you and shit. And that shit might be a little too spooky. Like, I wouldn't want that motherfucker wrapping around my neck and shit, whether it loved me or not. Like, it might love me a little too much and get to squeezing a little too hard. And, you know, once them snakes lock up, boy, it's like a real fucking muscle. Like a real, you know, it's like being put, like, a constricted muscle, too. Like, it's like having one of those blood pressure things that go around your arm, just around your neck. Dinosaur would be dope. Yeah. I know people down south have alligators. That's the closest thing to a dinosaur. Even though I believe we still got, I know somewhere we got dinosaurs out here. The the science that we have, with the science that we have and the movies they put out, and you know, just with the animals on this fucking planet right now, you could create you a dinosaur. Easy. You know, it would be a hybrid. It probably would be like a mammal reptilian or a mammal reptile, but you know, you take a bear, an alligator, a boar, and a rhinoceros, and you could probably put together a little decent dinosaur. They probably have done that, but you know, all they gotta do is fucking go into the, like, you know, go into the fucking dirt and fucking pull out that DNA out of the bones and shit. And they do that shit, man. All that DNA is just like, all that DNA is just waiting to be fucking brought back to life. You know, and God didn't intend for that. So eventually, you know, they will let the Krakens loose. It's gonna get bad. They're already getting ready to introduce aliens. They're getting ready to introduce aliens. Make no mistake about that. It's all on the news. Like, they're having fucking national fucking debriefings about that shit right now. Right fucking now. And it's saying our airspaces are fucking being invaded and shit. Like, they're literally introducing it right now in increments. Right now, when they brought to us that they're noticing things in the sky that are unidentified and they can't explain them, and they know that they're not anything from the planet Earth. When they tell you that, you gotta think about as much shit as they hide from you and continue to hide from you. This is one of those, we don't tell you the truth because you can't handle the truth type of thing. So, you know, when they do tell you that, just know that there's an agenda behind them telling you that, and something is coming real soon. They're just preparing you for it. Getting it in the back of your subconscious. I could be wrong, but if I'm right, it's gonna be happening very soon, ladies and gentlemen, within a year. By the end of this year, the beginning of next year, you know, people are gonna be directed into looking up into the skies by our fucking media. And then, you know, they're gonna be fucking flying their fucking, what do you call it, not hallucinations, but holograms. You know, there'll be holograms flying around this motherfucker crazy. Now that they fucking introduce people into fucking, like, they're the real deal is out there as well. Don't get me wrong about that. The real deal is out there as well, but they're gonna be using holograms and all that shit just to, you know, they're gonna be getting into people's heads now. You think they got into people's heads before? They're finna be getting into people's heads. Once this is the awakening everybody was waiting for, though. This is that moment. Everybody knew it was gonna happen. What did we call it? There's gonna be a great awakening, or the information, the great discovery, the great debriefing, some shit like that. You know, we knew it was gonna come. It's here now. Ain't no trying to second guess it or none of that shit. That shit is here. just gotta sit back and see what the results bring. Are they gonna try and implement? Are they gonna try and implement some fucking hybrid bullshit that they created in the laboratories with us? Like, are they gonna say we need to, maybe taking everybody in from different countries? Because I noticed, like, America isn't the only people that take people in from different countries who escape oppression and shit. A bunch of different countries do it. So, are they psychologically getting us, ready to accept, like, not that foreigners or people are aliens or anything, but are they psychologically trying to get us ready to accept or be able to coexist with aliens and shit? I know you can't really correlate it with that, but the psychological value, I don't know, so maybe you can. But that's the thing, like, are they getting ready to implement some other type of being, a created being, or maybe a real live different entity onto the planet with us? Maybe that's what all this fucking chicken pox and monkey pox is all about. Maybe they're gonna try and say it's an alien disease and shit. Maybe they're gonna say it's because the aliens are flying around in the sky now that they're dropping monkeypox on people. Like, you don't know what the fuck. You don't know what the fuck. What do they call it? Space monkeys already, or no, flying monkeys. So I mean, you gotta think. It's just a real big coincidence that all these different viruses are fucking popping up out of nowhere. Well, except for the ones that Fauci's camp created, or, whoever created, maybe even America created. It's just kind of weird. These viruses are mutating and popping up and changing, and now all of a sudden we got fucking spacecrafts and shit that you can't identify in the sky. Like, why is there so many different fucking, you gotta go around me, your lights are too bright, go around me. Why are we, look at the police with the tire in the back to let the harass me about my, tires that keep getting the air let out. Yeah, it's just like, why are all these fucking, where are all these distractions coming from, man? Not only are we getting all these worldly distractions, but we're getting all these entertainment distractions too. Everything's a fucking distraction. It's not like a distraction here, a distraction there. Like, they're hitting us full force with all types of distractions. Even your fucking dude, what's that dude's name? The Aquaman, fucking Aquaman. Even that motherfucker's in court fighting somebody for, like, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Aquaman, like, what the fuck? It's like everybody has a favorite celebrity, and they're using every single celebrity. They want everybody's attention. They want to keep the focus off whatever it is they're doing. But, if you pay attention, they're inserting shit. They're inserting, literally, look at this shit, man. Look at these frequencies, man. That's fucking insane, dude. That's out of this fucking world, man. Fucking people gonna go blind and shit and crash into shit behind that shit. And the police The police don't give a fuck. They put the general public in danger like a motherfucker. Like when, man. Not only are they putting the general public in danger, but them motherfuckers be hitting you back to back. So, you know, that shit has a fucking effect on you somewhere down the line. You know. Yeah, man, that shit does have an effect on you, man. Yeah, I'll be right back. Got some coffee. What you doing, dude? Look out, boy. Boy. Oh, lordy. No fighting, dude. No fighting. One of these days, one of these fucking days, huh? Try to take you guys on a different little different area and shit. See if we can yeah, you guys, for me, another thing I wanted, that's how you can tell when you're being shot with frequencies, or maybe it's a certain frequency, maybe not all, but you'll feel, if you touch like the side of your nose, not not the side of your nose, but the bridge, like the side. Yeah, the side of your nose, but the whole side, like from the top of your fucking middle of your head of your nose to the bottom of your fucking to your nostril. Through those two little crevices on the side, on both sides of your face, you'll feel like a little buildup. You can scratch it and it'll come off like flaky. These are um that's if you get that, that's from them shooting frequencies, and the Morgellons is acting up and shit. So that's why that shit, that buildup, all that shit is fucking Morgellons flakes. From the fucking Morgellons, that shit turning into liquid. You know, it's really fucked up what they do to us, man. That shit turns it turns into a liquid, like a saliva almost. It turns into like a saliva, a thick, like little pussy type of fucking liquid that they swim through. And they swim, they use that shit to travel through your body. And when they turn these weapons on, like without the weapons or without the frequencies, because it, you know, even with these lights right here, these street lights and shit, these LED street lights and shit, those are still frequencies, and the Morgellons is gonna act up to the frequency depending on, you know, how heavy your vessel is filled up with that shit. It's gonna communicate, and you know that shit. That's why sometimes when you be fucking driving by, pay attention to, like, when you feel like something's crawling on you, like on the side of your face or some shit like that. You feel like you got a piece of lint on your face. Pay attention to the lights around you, the cars driving and shit. If you see a heavy amount of fucking LEDs, and that's why a lot of everything is being. I think that's why they had people in the house so much during this COVID bullshit. Is because I noticed, like, every light that they put up on the street, from the gas station price numbers, you know, everything is fucking being lit up with LEDs. And these LEDs are pushing out a certain frequency. You know, I can't put my finger on it, but I can damn sure think, I can damn sure almost fucking guarantee that, you know, a lot of these fucking LEDs being put up is for them to be able to control whatever fucking Morgellons is in us and shit, like through fucking pushing buttons and all that shit. Using their devices to direct that shit at us, like weapons and all types of shit. So I do believe, like, a lot of these fucking lights and shit being put up are like weaponry, and they can direct that shit at whoever they want to direct it at. All they gotta do is point the fucking weapon at you, and that shit suck the, you know, if the frequency is fucking, you know, attracted to whatever fucking device they have, all they gotta do is point that device at you, and then whatever fucking thing is gonna have a magnetic hold or you know, magnetic stronghold on the frequency to pull it down. All they gotta do is pull the frequency down on you and shit. Like, you know, science, and that doesn't take a genius. I'm not no smart motherfucker. That's just common sense and shit. Like, I've been to science class. I might not have liked that shit, but I paid attention a little bit. I mean, and you know, it doesn't even take that. All it takes is common sense, man. All it takes is fucking common sense. You don't need a fucking Bunsen burner for common sense. Let me see. Queen of the South, 140, 144. Okay. Wait. What? 144. Oh, welcome. Okay. Definitely welcome. Hope 144 is doing good. Hey, I was wondering. That's what I meant to ask. Was hopefully she's in here. I wanted to ask if you how uh that app creating was going, or that code create, app coding. Hey, what's going on, AZ? Um, First time watching your live, new subscriber. Hey, I appreciate that, Queen. In general, lean, randomly chasing after a target and threatening to rape them before immediately running away. What the hell? Oh, wait, hold on, my bad. I'm reading them backwards. I'm reading from bottom up. I gotta. Hold on, my bad, y'all. Excuse me, that's legitimate. Do you ever feel. Okay, they gotta use beams to control our movements at times and scratch certain parts of our body. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, like, the more gallons, right? The more gallons that's in us, like, it's literally in us, like, bro. And like, that shit swims. It looks like lint, and it's long, and it's just nasty, bro. And so what they do is they point their little devices and shit, and, like, say you could be talking to somebody, right? They can point a device at that person, make their Morgellons act up, like make them feel like they got something crawling on their face or like a piece of hair or some on their face, and they just swipe their face and shit. And you automatically think, oh man, these motherfuckers is targeting me and shit. That's why you gotta kind of pay attention to the people, and you gotta, like, kind of look at them in their eyes. It's hard, bro. Like, this, even seeing this dude after fucking 20 years and shit, like, I'm still fucking debating in my head, like, is he a pervert? And I was looking at his eyes, but he was like, he was manipulated with a substance, so I couldn't. But if you look in their eyes, man, like, they tell you, bro. They tell you, like, you can literally tell, like, if a person's, like, legitimately swiping their face, or if they're swiping it with some type of malice. Oh, you got a terrorist right there. Or if they're swiping it with some type of malice. Because that's all they want, bro. They want you, and they want you to trip out, because our minds be everywhere, man. So they want you to be like, they know, like, we're not gonna sit and pay attention to every fucking body. They know that we're so fucking indoctrinated with all the fucking bullshit that they do to us, that our fucking mind is everywhere. So when they do this, we don't stop and think, is this person a perp or not? Hell nah, this person is a perp. This motherfucker just swiped this motherfucking eye in front of me, and he knows what the fuck. Like, and they probably don't even realize that they fucking just tried to brush a piece of fucking lint or whatever they feel like is on their face away. They probably don't even notice or realize it. And then you'll be asking them, you'll be like, man, are you perping me? You just wiped your face. And they'll be like, I just wiped my face. Did I? Like, because it's their subconscious. It's not them. It's not this. They're not fucking sitting there saying, I'm gonna wipe my face. They just fucking, something, and they just swipe it away, because it's a natural reaction. But you, you know, people get a lot of targeted individuals has lost relationships with their families behind this bullshit. Um, a lot of targeted individuals' families had probably even knew nothing about this program, but by the harassment and them marinating us in the bullshit, like, and then zapping our families with whatever makes the organelles move, and them fucking moving shit or making certain gestures and shit. Like you know, you don't know what to think because your mind is everywhere. Now you're accusing your fucking family. You know that, like, that's why, like, you know, before I left, like, I had to fucking literally, like, I kept trying to give them excuses and shit. Like, I kept trying to give my family excuses. I was like, it's the technology. The technology is doing it. They wouldn't do this to me. Like, you know, there's no way in the fucking world. But, like, you know, they was just doing, like, you know, the more I tried to ignore it, the more fucking, you know, the more, what would you call it? The more cynical it got, almost like the more vindictive it got. It was almost like we're fucking pissed off that you're not taking the hint, so we're gonna fucking just smear it on thick like peanut butter. And like with it, you know, that's when fucking cabinets and shit started slamming and fucking screaming. And I'm the only dude in the fucking house, so I'm running downstairs because it's all, you know, it's like fucking, it's my daughter's mom, my daughter's mom's mom, my daughter, fucking her sisters, her two sisters. So, you know, I'm running down fucking stairs and shit, um, trying to see what's okay and shit. Cause it's screaming like at the top of the lungs and shit, waking me up out of sleep. And I'm, and, oh no, the dog is just outside. I was just calling the dog. You calling the dog at the top of your lungs at 3 o'clock in the motherfucking morning and slamming cabinets? Are you fucking serious? Oh man, like no. This shit wasn't going on like a couple. This shit wasn't going on a couple weeks ago. I'm getting the fuck out of here. You guys already been doing all this fucking mediocre fucking shit to make me think that you guys are a part of it. You know, and every time I sit there and ask you, you smile at me and fucking ask me all types of questions and shit that fucking really relate and sound like the shit that these people do. And now just, the ultimate fucking slamming cabinets and fucking screaming at the top of your lungs and shit. Nah. Nah. And then a bunch of I'm pointing one headlight vehicles out to you, like literally. I'm literally going out, like I'm strategically doing it too, to where you can fucking see, like, and you telling me, oh man, people get their headlights blown out all the time. You're overthinking it, and you're over. Nah, if you can't see that, nah, you a part of it. There's no way in the world I see it any different. If you cannot see that, you're a part of it. I don't know if you're being a part of it vindictively. I don't know if they're blackmailing you. I don't know if they're paying you. But whatever the thing is, you are a part of this shit. And I'm not gonna, family or not, I'd rather be fucking homeless than to deal with that shit from family, because, you feel me? That shit coming from family is toxic as fuck. Like when it, and I think that's the real, when people realize that their family are a part of this, and that the police are a part of this, the two people who are, you well, most people look to first. Like, you look to your family, you look to the police. And psychologically, when these people have telling you that they fucking done with you, and they're fucking, their whole aim is to fucking domestically terrorizes you, like, that's the breaking point, I think, to where most people commit suicide and shit. That's the breaking point. Because I know the feeling. Like, I never commit suicide, but I know that stomach drop, that stomach curdling, that sick fucking feeling like, damn, if I was to die today, nobody would give a fuck. It's like oh well, like, it's one of those, I'll just fucking go kill up a bunch of these motherfuckers. Or one of those, I'll take my own life because I'm not going through the rest of my life like this. I don't want to, shit. All I know is my family. What am I gonna do without my family? Like, people, especially people who have been fucking, silver, born with everything to come to them and shit. Like, those are the people that really fucking, we gotta pray for. People who haven't had no hardships in life. People who have never had it rough. They've always had everything easy and shit coming to them, because once this program hits them, they're not gonna know what to do. No survival skills, no fucking, no hustle, no type of fucking, no nothing, to where like they'll be completely fucking crippled out here, and they'll fucking go crazy, man. They'll either kill shit up, or like 10, 15 years from now, you'll fucking see them yelling at kids that ain't even there and shit, yelling at a bunch of fucking people that aren't even there, because this program just fucking ate them up. Threw their ass in a full Nelson and body slammed them on the concrete. Now they walking around with, Dookie all on the back of their jeans and shit. Like, Dookie so soiled. Like, they done Dookied on so many fucking times in their fucking pants that it soiled through their drawers, and now it's starting to soil through their fucking jeans. Fucking smelling like never took fucking a swipe of deodorant ever in their fucking life. Fucking, that type of shit. I don't want to be like that, and that's the way. Like, if you don't adapt to this shit, you will be like that. You'll be in somebody's fucking Victorian house, and you'll be sharing scrap. We good. No barking at the domestic terrorists. We good. Good boy. You'll be in somebody's fucking Victorian house with a fucking bunk bed in a room with a roommate and about 10 other fucking rooms in there full of a bunch of other motherfuckers who done lost their minds. And with a fucking slumlord taking all your fucking money that you get for your food and your clothes. And the slumlord has donated clothes and donated food that he will provide for you. And he will bird feed you your fucking SSI and whatever else fucking funds you get from the government for your fucking mental illness that whatever city fucking police departments and neighborhood watch casted upon you. You'll fucking live in that motherfucker and be bird fed. Probably about $90 out of your $1,500, $1,600 paycheck. They'll bird feed you $90 out the week. $2 here, $3 here. You want to go get a pack of cigarettes, here's $10. That type of shit. And they'll fucking pocket the rest of that shit. I see it all the time, man. All these Victorian houses is full of mentally ill people. And they just shut down a fucking psych ward down here, so now it's a bunch of fucking mentally ill people running up and down the fucking street. It's like the prison thing. It's like they let the people out of prison early and shit to, create more crime and shit, because they know that it don't matter if we let you out now. We already got the program running in you. We're not going to give you a job, or we're going to make it damn hard for you to get a job. And you're going to resort to your survival tactics. You're going to go pick up some dope. You're going to go sell that shit. we're gonna watch you for a little bit. We'll let you make a couple dollars, maybe buy a car, buy a nice little something for your, and then we'll fucking take that shit away from you, come at you with a warrant and all types of fucking, bullshit. Create the crime. And it's just like with these mentally ill people, they're smoke and mirror and shit. Like, they have the real mentally ill people out here, and then they have the people pretending to be mentally ill, like the neighborhood watch people. You can tell the real mentally ill people from the people who are putting too much on it. The rookies, the people who don't know anything about what they're doing, they're just trying to blend in. And then that's where you get your real homeless people, and then you get your fake homeless people with fucking barbecue charcoal fucking rubbed all on their face to try and make it seem like it's dirt and shit, like they do. They do way fucking too much, man. They do fucking too much. Like, they'll be clean cut, pants will be clean, but shirt will be fucking dirty as all outdoors. It's like, come on, man. You gotta blend that shit in right, man. You can't do too much, and you can't do, you gotta make that shit. It's like Mama Bear and Papa Bear and Baby Bear. You gotta make that shit look just right. Put some time into it. We're not stupid. Like, we're not on the same level as you guys. We're gonna detect you. Like, you guys are the bots. You guys are the ones who can be indoctrinated. Like, we see you coming. We see you coming a million miles ahead. Rookies, man. Rookies. Satellites, particle, electromagnetic weapons, devices, bot technology. Yep. Hey, you know the cool thing about it, y'all? We got a visual coming. He's gonna make the turn. I believe he is. You might want to give me the visual. Oh, you got the one headlight. Playing some type of Chinese music. Oh, Chinese terrorism. White supremacy and Chinese terrorism, ladies and gentlemen. Quick disclaimer. When I say white supremacy, I don't just mean white people. I don't mean all white people. I know there are black white supremacists. I know there are Chinese white supremacists, Mexican white supremacists, and the nationalities go on. So, I know the perps might try and pull that racist card. Nah, you can't do that. I have a daughter's mom. My daughter's mom is white, even though I know that doesn't matter in some cases. Most people can tell you, say, that doesn't matter. You can have a daughter's mom and still be racist. I'm just saying that to say I'm not racist. I'm just pointing something out. This program is a white supremacy program. It's based on Nazi activities, Nazi studies, created by the Nazis, and just fucking, evolved. You gotta think. Those German scientists, those Nazi scientists that America utilized and shit, they gave them immunity so that they could work for America. They were probably the first ones that went up into these gated communities, these neighborhood watch type of communities and shit, because they had to worry for their safety. The Americans, just because America took them in and utilized them and shit, didn't mean that certain Americans still wasn't going for that shit. So, saying all that to say, we got generations and generations and generations of these Nazi motherfuckers all in neighborhood watch, just all over the place in these good neighborhoods and shit. So they became doctors, they became lawyers, judges, fucking public defenders, district attorneys, CIA, all that shit. These are the kids of the Nazis and shit. So that shit is still running strong. This program is a Nazi-based program. It's a program. America is white supremacy, period. That's just America. I mean, some people are proud of America. Hey, I'm not here to make you hate America because I hate America. But what I am here to do is provide evidence that America is a terrorist. Not only is America a terrorist today, but America has been a terrorist since the beginning of time, since the creation of America, since it was named. Since America was named America, it's been a fucking terrorist. So, it's been a terrorist. It's been a bully. In fact, it's been so much of a bully that has bullied damn near every fucking country on this planet. Not only has it bullied every country on this planet, but now it's ran out of countries to bully, so now it's bullying its own fucking citizens. Like, that's one hell of a bully. When you run out of fucking, like, this is a big fucking world. And to have conflict with as many countries as America has had conflict with for the smallest of reasons. Going up into fucking, just sticking our nose into people's affairs. You got Gaddafi, you got, the list goes on. Saddam Hussein, all fucking shit that had nothing to do with us. You got fucking this leader that recently that was killed. We went in there. The reason we went in there is because the leader was a tyrannical leader, and his people, they were saving his people, but all of a sudden you go in there and you fucking kill him, and now the people hate America. So now you have a people who remember that you have fucking killed their fucking leader. And I'm just using this as an example because it happens everywhere as far as America goes. So 10, 15 years from now, say something happens to where they need to get into the country. They need to get into this country, some tyrannical fucking bullshit, and so we let them into this country. You gotta remember, these people still have the knowledge that you fucking went up into their country and you shot a leader that they loved. A legitimate leader, because unlike you, that leader took care of their people, while you fucking charge your people over fucking price shit all over from all angles. Like you just fucking abuse your fucking citizens, America. Financially, physically, through your fucking medical systems, and then you try and overcharge them like you gotta go to fucking, what's that shit? Not Puerto Rico. Fidel Castro's country. You gotta go to Fidel Castro's country, like when that 9/11 shit hit. The people like the firefighters and shit, like they wouldn't even get no medical help from from our fucking doctors and shit. Like, they had to go way in the fuck to where Fidel Castro is still, because they were being overcharged out here. Like, they literally got free, like, they went out there and got free fucking, medical and shit. People were literally going way over there just to get their medical shit handled and shit. People in charge of fucking protecting the country, if you will, firefighters and shit. People who put their lives on the line for 9/11, they gotta go fucking way in the fuck to Fidel Castro to get medical help, because the type of they've been breathing in ash and all types of fucking smoke that's fucked with their breathing. So they need they need to get on some type of repetitive fucking therapy and shit, and it's a costly therapy. Yet Fidel Castro is taking you in and giving you free medical and shit. Like, that's a slap in the fucking face. And I don't know where all that shit came from. But I'm just saying, like, America is like one big, like, America is no good, man. And I don't mean to shit on anybody's beliefs and shit, but reality is reality. I don't care how much you love America. And I know we got family members that have fucking fought for our freedom and shit. So, to say fucking America is kind of like a slap on the face, but you gotta ask yourself, what the fuck did them dying, what the fuck did they die for? If we're going through this, what the fuck did we die for? And since we're going through this, you can't get mad at me. You gotta get mad at America. I'm just telling the truth. And as I say on the protest, like, America, the police department, the neighborhood watch, the VTA, they pull down their pants, stand over the grave of all of our fallen soldiers, and they take one big crap, and they spray that shit down with piss. That's exactly what they do. Every single person that they domestically terrorize in this program and sweep under the rug, that's all they're doing, man. And they have the audacity to fucking celebrate Veterans Day. These people have the audacity to do that, man. Don't get mad at me. You gotta get mad at them. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. I know targeted individuals know what I'm talking about. No barking at the booty bandit. No barking at the booty bandit. The booty bandit just came by. And they both got on red pants. But dude just had his ass cocked up in the air. Sorry, my window's dirty and shit. Dude just had his little butt like that, all feminine and shit. That's really fucking nasty, dude. Got your whole fucking hips and shit contorted all fucking weird. Nasty brothers. Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters. Cardinals. Wait, hold on. Omar. Oh, otter cardinals, blue jays, raccoons, exotic skunks, squirrel family, deer, all in our backyard. Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. You got a beautiful fucking you got a beautiful backyard, man. You somewhere in the mountains, away from this shit. Well, I guess you can't get too far. You can never get too far away from it, but yeah, you ain't gotta too much worry about all the fucking weirdos. You might get a few of them, huh? Until you come out of that fucking safety trench, then then they're everywhere. I wanna do some Rambo shit and just fucking go to the mountains and make all these fucking weapons, booby traps out of nature and shit. A hella different booby traps out of nature and shit, and just oh man, Rambo. Smoke some. That alien shit is a hoax, just another branch of the agenda. Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's a complete hoax as far as them being here and all that shit. The reason why they're bringing it out, though, yeah, a complete hoax. You know, they've been trying to hide it this whole fucking time. There's, you know, for them to bring it out, there's only a reason. And they sit there and try and look so fucking, official, and they sound so official, man. You can see them just getting over on the unknowing people. Like, they've been knowing them motherfuckers were here. Now you want to tell us you can't. Well, since you're telling us now that you know they're here, why don't you fucking apologize to everybody you tried to make seem like they were crazy? Everybody you fucking, just like you do us. You call us crazy, paranoid, say we're delusional. It's the same things you said about the people who said they witnessed fucking that shit. So I want to see a public apology. I never see that. We'll never see that. I never was one of the people who said I seen them, but you know, I never said it, but I would like to see those people fucking apologize too. Because, you know, they went through just as much bullshit as we went through. And again, like, you know, most of the shit we're going through is by force. Like, people are being paid or they're being blackmailed to go along with this shit. Then, like, all they had to do was put it on the news that you were a cuckoo bird, and everybody, every time they see, every time anybody sees you, you know, they point fingers and all that shit. See you walking down the street. Oh, here comes that crazy couple that said they seen the space flying saucers. Hey, what's going on, lovely lady? America has lots of biolabs in many different countries. Yeah. Yeah, because it's, you know, they can do certain shit, like certain shit. Even though I think they still do shit behind the scenes out here. But like certain shit that is inhumane, like certain shit they consider inhumane to animals and shit, they can do it out there. Like, that's the same thing with the fucking, even with slave labor and shit. Like, you know, you got people out there in China fucking creating Apple phones. Like, literally one Apple phone, if you paid a Chinese person what you sell those Apple phones for, you probably could live a pretty decent year off that motherfucker. Probably for a decent year, he could probably pay up his rent and all that shit for the price you be selling these motherfuckers for. Yet, You paying them pennies on the dollar. You got these motherfuckers jumping out of fucking. You got suicide nets all around your fucking skyscraper buildings and shit. Like, you literally created skyscraper buildings off Apple, off the blood, sweat, and tears of your fucking citizens, to where they can't even feed their families. They gotta jump out the fucking window and shit. Like, it's crazy, man. China is gonna be the zoo, man. China China has their people under complete. Everybody's gonna be fucking domesticated. Like, we're domesticated. Like, you know what I mean by domesticated? Like the zoo. When I say the zoo, I mean like everybody's gonna be tame. Everybody's started tame. Like, they're taming. They're taming like regular people. Fucking, you can't jaywalk, or facial recognition is gonna get your face, and then we're gonna put you on grocery shopping restrictions. So now you can't go shopping for a week. So if you jaywalk 4 or 5 fucking times, you're gonna starve to death, because where you you know, that's complete fucking control right there. Get caught pissing in the alley if you want to. Every minute of the day. And you know how many people in China. It's way more people in China than there is in a fucking America. So for them to be able to have facial recognition that hits everybody at the same fucking time, like that motherfucker doesn't miss one person. For China to be able to have that, and it's fast paced, and like that shit moves faster than New York, and it's more people than America. Like, you gotta think, man. That's some highly sophisticated equipment right there. Not only is it highly sophisticated, but when they tweak that shit right, the world is gonna be on lockdown. Another thing, you gotta think, like, they're already controlling, like, they're tweaking their devices. They're controlling certain joints in our body, ligaments. Sometimes you'll feel yourself, like, just out of nowhere, you'll fucking just jump, like, real fucking quick. It'll be crazy, too. Like, it'll just be like a Tourette's type of fucking jump, too. Like, you know, you could be, or your fucking arm will move real fast, and you'd be like, damn, where the fuck did that shit come from? It's these motherfuckers tweaking their fucking devices. Once that shit gets, once that shit gets to where they need it to be, we're gonna be remote control humans. Like, they already got the nanotechnology in us. They don't need that chip, but, you know, whatever that dude, Escalade, or whatever his name is, the Tesla dude, the dude that's trying to buy Twitter and shit, like, once he starts putting that shit in people's brains and shit, oh man, talk about super soldier. It'd be like that movie Red, I think. What was that movie, Red? Where the girl took the pill and she fucking just started learning all this shit. Like, she fucking, everything was fucking knowledge to her. And then she became so knowledgeable. She knew everything, like, and then she turned into like some type of fucking dots. I forget what the movie was, but it was a pill, or I think they sold some shit and then it busted, and she became fucking like the ultimate being and shit. That's what that chip is gonna be like. You wanna learn fucking karate? And just fucking download that shit in your brain. Now you're fucking Jet Li or Chow Yun Fat or some fucking body. Bruce fucking Lee. make some super soldiers. You wanna turn your soldiers into some fucking. They already have no sympathy, but you know, you make some super soldiers, put that chip in their brain. Now you program them not to give a fuck. Don't give a fuck, even if they are from America, even if they are American citizens. You treat them like shit. You know. What's going on, D-Ray? Let me see. Grace and peace to all out there. Stay strong. Nothing hiding from God the Father. No doubt expose evil. Stay true to yourself. Overcome your fears, brothers and sisters. Stand your ground. Most definitely appreciate that, AZ. Nap, did you get a Nap, did you get a burrito? Nah, I didn't get no burrito today. Nah, I got a cup of noodle. I made a spread. We call it spread, or it's called a spread. It's a little. It's an it's an institutional meal, but it should be good though. Fucking around with coffee and burritos, you gonna shit on yourself. Oh nah, I'm pretty good there, man. I'm a professional coffee drinker. Like I've been doing it for a while. I know like what I can put it with. Like I know I can't drink soda. I know I can't drink soda and coffee. Like I have to wait a good 3 or 4 hours before I drink coffee if I drink soda, or else, yeah, that's a bad combination right there. That'll have your stomach cramping up like a motherfucker. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good. I can yeah, I'm good with that. And then most of the time, when I get coffee, I grab me a banana as well. So I get me a banana to, you know, put a little bit of that fucking, potassium back in me, if you will. Hydrate me a little bit more. Yeah, man. Question of the day is what's to come? What's next? What can we expect next? What's the next big drop? What's the next drop? What are they gonna push more? What What are they gonna push more? The monkeypox or the alien arrival? It's a race between that. The monkeypox and the alien arrival. That's what you're seeing the most of right now. Then you got, all this fucking Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot. Now they're saying she didn't get shot in the foot. You got the Aquaman taking people to court. You got all this fucking entertainment shit going on. You got any type of interest that anybody has. There's some type of commotion. There's some type of commotion going on to keep people distracted. Game of fucking Thrones. Game of Thrones. One life to live. You gotta make the best of it. I get the ear ringing crap. Yeah, that's them locking into your that's that low frequency. I think those are the ones, like the ones that fuck with my dogs and shit. Those lock into your that's them trying to lock into your you know, the more gallons in your ears and shit. Like when you hear that ringing and shit, that's they're trying to hear through your ears. Damn, what's her I gotta think of her channel. Maybe it's under her name, Gina Davies. Gina Davies has some good videos on that. Like, and she has like good links, good video links for that as well. How they can lock into our you know, they can put on a virtual reality suit. You know, that they can basically Bluetooth to us, if you would. It's not really a Bluetooth, it's a connection through the nanotechnology, but they can you know, they put on this suit and they can control us. They play us like video games and shit. They can feel what we feel. They can, you know, they can insinuate things through your head. So like they have this bodysuit from the head to the feet. They can make you want to piss. They can make you want to fucking, you know, just out of nowhere, you'll fucking want to start masturbating and shit, and then it'll make you. I know it sounds fucking crazy, right? But you know, because they want to feel that. They get addicted to whatever they feel through you. They get addicted to that shit. It's like a drug. All this virtual reality is gonna be connecting to everybody pretty soon. I think we're like fucking prototypes. We're unwilling prototypes and shit. Like, and that's the best. You know, when you think about it, that's the best way to test something out on somebody is when they don't know what to expect, so that they're not able to fucking, you know, deflect whatever comes and shit. So, you know, to tweak it out and make sure it works to the best of its ability. They use us as prototypes, probably. Not just for that, for a whole lot of other shit as well. Like, we're literally fucking being overcame with all types of military strategies and shit. So every day is a fight. One day, and I'm not gonna say too much more because I know you guys probably get tired of hearing me say it, but literally, like, one day we're gonna have to have true faith in God that God doesn't want this to be going on with us. Like, it's a learning experience. And maybe we need to fucking learn how to get ourselves up out of this shit. And if, if we gotta fucking tear down the fucking streets of the fucking planet to do it, then, no fucking revolution has been fucking, nobody's ever won a revolution just fucking making videos, man. And videos are a beautiful thing. I don't take anything away from the videos. I'm just saying, like, videos, they're not gonna get our ass up out of this program. If fucking Black Lives Matter can do it, if fucking LGBTQ can do it, if the Jewish people can do it, if the Indian people can do it, and then it's like, this is like, they're doing it for, well, I can't say Black Lives Matter because there were legitimate people, fighting for that cause, but everyone else is like, they're doing it mainly for reparations and shit, like shit that's already happened in the past, and they just want reparations for that shit. Us, like, we're being domestically terrorized on a daily basis. Like, that should just, that should just increase the motive to fucking get out there and do something even more. Like, this is not only that, but for those of us who have had seeds, or we got nieces, nephews, and shit, like, even them, they're supposed to be like a spark to fucking get this program out the way. And I don't blame us for not. I don't blame us for not getting up, and because I know a lot of us are in different situations. That's why it's gonna take all of us and shit. So, 9 times out of 10, when you get back to your situation, everything will be good because something will be done about this shit. It won't be in vain. But people got situations, and then technology and shit. They push fear frequencies in people, and they got all their bluff you can beat you fucking bullshit that they throw out, like the fucking mandatory fucking, like the mandatory jab, they fucking try and bully you into taking that shit until they realize that you know your fucking rights and they can't do it, so it's not gonna work. But if it works, then there's somebody right now that took that shot, somebody that took that jab, and saw how quick they fucking stopped. And once the fucking, once the what is it, Supreme Court denied fucking Biden from trying to mandatorily fucking put that shit on people, all of a sudden they quit promoting that shit. They quit promoting that shit like a motherfucker. They talk about it. They talk about it and all that shit, but that shot was under heavy promotion. That shot was under heavy promotion. People ain't on respirators no more. You don't hear about nobody on no fucking respirator. You don't see nobody on respirators. Even though when it was really like at its prime, You know, when COVID was on its prime, the only people you really seen on respirators were fucking, you know, regular so-called citizens. Crisis actors, if you ask me, but, you know, supposed regular citizens and shit all on respirators while they got all these movie stars and entertainment motherfuckers before the vaccine even came out talking about they got it, and they're fucking just chilling on boats and fucking looking healthy as fuck. Looking healthy as fuck. The black dude from London and his wife, like they both supposedly had it. Like the entertainment dude, I forget, he does some fucking car insurance commercials and all types of shit. He got a couple. Arthur, I think his show is Arthur. I think he has a TV show called Arthur. Some London dude, but you know, this motherfucker all in this house, him and his wife, they look healthy as fucking, you know, vaccinated puppies and shit. And they're fucking talking about they got COVID and they're just trying to relax and get rid of it. Meanwhile, this lady just caught it and she's fucking it's like, come on, man, you guys are crazy, dude. You guys are fucking crazy. America is against the people, man. America really is against the fucking people, man. That's crazy. They're trying to strip us of our money, overcharge us for food, overcharge us for gas. You know, those are like two of the main commodities out here in America, food and gas. You gotta survive and you gotta go to work. You gotta eat, you gotta go to work. You know, you inflate the two most fucking utilized fucking the two most utilized resources and shit. Like, every one of us should be patting ourselves on the back like we're fucking war heroes too. Like we're funding a war that has nothing to do with us. So we're just like we're no different than the fucking soldiers out there on the battlefield. We're just on a different, we're in a different fucking, you know, we're in a different branch of the military. Like we're just the fucking, you know, we keep the military going and shit. We fund it and shit. We fund other people's wars and shit. The machine is the machine is running, ladies and gentlemen. The machine is running, and now it's running our pockets. Ukraine, you have. Don't think Biden. Biden isn't the one that got you that money. You think every fucking American citizen that fucking put money in your fucking, into your fucking war. I'm not saying that you deserve to fucking, you know, your politics is your politics. And, you know, it's probably the reason why we should not be funding your politics. But Biden tries to solidify why he's helping Ukraine, but you know, the only real reason that he's taking our money and fucking giving it to Ukraine is because he wants to solidify his position and fucking putting those battery cells, those nuclear battery cells in the fucking, You know, as long it was almost a problem when Putin, you know, Putin wasn't gonna let that happen. So, you know, while the war is going, it's like, fuck, man, now we can't put our nuclear fucking battery cells in Ukraine if fucking Putin wins this war. So we're gonna have to fund Ukraine. That's the only way we'll be able to solidify that shit, because, you know, Ukraine would be under our thumb if we put nuclear warheads in the fucking Ukraine, American warheads. That's gonna make Ukraine a superpower. Not only is it gonna make Ukraine a superpower, but they're gonna get cocky with Putin. They're gonna get real cocky with Putin. And Putin's no dummy. But again, that's their politics. We just have to deal with it. We have to pay for it. We gotta pay for their politics. America has to realize you can't bully everybody. Everybody will not be bullied. Every country, you know. Not only can you not bully everybody, but countries are watching, so they see what you're doing to all these other countries. They're preparing for your ass. The countries that you haven't hit, they're preparing for your ass. If not already prepared. Lucy, that's the name of it, C-Dub. Lucy. Yeah. Let's see. General Ling randomly. Okay. First, okay. She's fine. I have her phone number. Wait. Do you have a clue of how many they are tracking? Do you have a clue of how they tracking the? Oh yeah, they have an app to where they can come connect into your shit. Even if you don't, even if you have like your GPS off, that's why you get these people. They walk by you and they stop, and they're looking into their phone. Is because they're dialing into your shit. And you'll notice it because your phone will tell you that it's overheating. When there's so many of them get into it, it'll overheat your phone and it'll drain your battery fast. Like, you know, to the point to where even when you're trying to charge it, it's taking forever for it to charge, because, you know, you can reset your phone. You don't have to factory, just reset it and it'll knock them out. It'll kick them all out, but, you know, they're just gonna come back. They'll come back in. You can get they have you know, they have these type of covers and shit that you can put on your phone and shit, and it blocks them from being able to, you know, track you. But you know, you're not gonna have your phone. You're not gonna have your phone in that cover 24/7. So as soon as you pull it out, they're gonna get in it. That shit's just meant for, like, you know, if you're on the move in certain areas you don't recognize, there might be a hacker in that area or some shit, someone connected to Wi-Fi or some shit, you know, and that's what those covers are for. It's not for, like, targeting and shit. We're on you know, these are very, very powerful fucking tools and apps that they're working with. An iPhone you know, iPhone has apps that the general public don't even know about. Like, you can turn that fucking iPhone into a, you know, complete fucking weapon and shit. Like, the iPhone is not your average fucking machine. You can fucking control street lights with that motherfucker. Fucking power lines and shit. These LED lights up here. These frequency fucking LEDs and shit. You can control all that shit with an iPhone. Cut people's fucking, you know, cars and shit on. They got this app now. They're trying to stop it. They got an app now, iPhone, that is like, it's like, you know, some people's cars and shit. It's like the real high brand, the high end cars, like fucking, you know, Teslas and shit like that. They have codes and shit, like alarm codes and shit that switch. They switch so that, you know, somebody can't lock onto your code and know it. Like, it switches every time you let it up. You know, every time you set your alarm, the code switches and shit. They got phones now. They can just put the phone right next to your door key lock, and it'll pick up the code, and they can unlock your car, fucking start your car. This is like shit, man. Just imagine, like, if they can do that with cars. Just imagine when you're completely fucking chipped up, like, you don't think no one can hack into you? Honestly, like, when our bodies are already made up of a high percentage of electricity. Not a very high percentage, I should say. A good percentage, not a high percentage, but, you know, we're partially made up. We're electric beings and shit. So not only are those fucking devices wigging out the chips and all the technology they put in us, the nanotechnology and all that shit, like, that's wigging out our natural fucking, you know, frequency as well. Appreciate you doing. Yeah, we all do our part. We all do our part. Like, you know, you gotta think, like, just think if we didn't know, like, if none of us fucking knew any other targeted individual, if we didn't even know this was a program, just the shit that goes on with us, the shit they're doing to us today, like, you know, we learn off of each other. Like, a lot of us would have did a lot of fucking harm to ourselves, to other people, and all that. And it's, you know, it's to the credit of the whole community, man. The whole targeted fucking community. Like, you know, everybody plays a part, whether you're just even talking to somebody and giving them a chance to vent, and like, just venting, like, being able to vent is fucking priceless, man. When it comes to this, it's fucking priceless. Like, you'll feel it too. Like, you'll feel 10 times better just getting some of this shit off your fucking chest. soda and coffee is deadly combo, no doubt. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Nap, how's your health, man? Are you doing good? Other than them burning me with frequencies and shit, I'm alright. I don't, you know, sometimes I'll be feeling drained and shit, and I know it's from them shooting frequencies. But other than that, like, I don't notice anything with my health. I don't fuck with doctors or hospitals. Like, whatever happens, just happens. Unless it's something like being stabbed or some shit like that, to where you gotta go. But all that fucking, all that extra shit, man, I don't even give a fuck no more. I'm not gonna, it's different as a TI for me. Like, if I don't feel it, I don't care. If I do feel it, my thing is just fucking deal with it, because what's going to the doctor gonna do except maybe them fucking indoctrinate me with some fucking more bullshit that's gonna, I can't trust them. I go there to get fixed up, and they try and they make me worse. Not only do they make me worse, but they do it in a way to make me look like I wasn't taking care of myself. And you gotta take better care of yourself, and it's all plausible deniability from that point on. You don't know if they did it, if you're the reason. And I'm not playing that shit as no targeted individual. I've seen too many people fucking not targeted individuals fucking, go get blood transfusions and shit, and now they fucking stuck with some fucking lifelong fucking ailment, HIV, or whatever else fucking bullshit they gotta deal with. I'm cool. As sterile and fucking cold and freezing as you got those hospitals, you mean to tell me you forgot to sterilize the needle? Not only did you forget to sterilize the needle, but you ain't even supposed to be pulling needles, unwrapped needles out of the drawer. You're supposed to, that's supposed to be a fresh needle. You're supposed to pop that motherfucker out of the plastic right there in front of your fucking patient, man. Pulling some shit, like, where the fuck did you, like, that was a fucking, those were targeted incidents, man. Those had to be targeted incidents and shit. Like, how the fuck do you fucking inject somebody with AIDS, a corrupted needle, contaminated needle? How do you poke somebody with that if you're not intentionally doing it? You're either careless or that's a targeted move. You're just being super careless. And it's way too many people. It's way too many people undergoing fucking transfusions for that shit. Constant fucking transfusions for a doctor's fuck up. So, yeah, saying all that to say, I'm cool on them motherfuckers. YouTube, I can deal with a YouTube doctor. Tell me some herbs or something. Teach me a little herb recipe and shit. All that shit, yeah. We could be our own fucking doctors, man. And it's not like you really gotta fucking study super fucking hard for it. Just fucking pop on a YouTube video. plenty of videos tell you how to get rid of cancer. Like, you could get rid of cancer on your own just watching YouTube videos and shit. You have to really, you have to focus on your bullshit. You have to fucking stay dedicated and shit. Like, it's just not gonna happen overnight. But you can definitely, if not totally eradicate it, you can put yourself in a better place. We're just lazy, man. They've made us lazy and shit. We depend on their doctors and shit. And as long as we depend on the doctors, they'll always have control over our bodies. They'll always be able to fucking covertly fucking shoot chips into you. These are main fucking hub stations, if you will. Like, when it comes to shit like that, vaccinations and contaminating people, these are like the hub stations, because you trust these people. Not only do you trust these people, these are the only people that can take care of your problem, because you're not even wanting to do the footwork on it. Like, you don't have to be cut open every time fucking some shit happens. You want to fucking lose weight, don't fucking cut yourself open and get some type of fucking, what do they call that shit? I don't know, a tummy tuck or some shit. Or like, there's plenty of there's natural methods to fucking losing weight. There's natural methods to getting rid of cancer. There's natural methods to everything. But if you want to be lazy, if we want to be lazy, and let the doctor be in control of fucking the doctor be in control of fucking what's that shit called? Well, naming whatever illness it is. I gotta think of the name. It's not come to me. Saying all that to say, as long as we give people authority over our bodies, like doctors and shit, that always gives them power over us. And I'm sure everybody's grandma, grandma, everybody's grandma, has fucking remedies. There's plenty of fucking remedies from back in the day. Like, probably now you would look at them as witch doctors. Probably now people are so fucking, connected to doctors and shit. You probably call like a remedy, like something that ancient, what would you call it? An ancient secret from grandma and shit. You look at that shit like some witch doctor shit. Start killing them and shit, like they did, what you call it? Dr. Sebi and all these natural herbalists and shit. And you know what's crazy? You know what the crazy thing is? It's funny how they killed Dr. Sebi and all these natural herbalists and shit right before this pandemic came out. People who would have knew how to get rid of it, people who would have knew this shit was bullshit. People in the know, even though it happened a few years down the line, like, you really don't. You take out the problem ahead of time and let that shit die out. Then you throw out your bullshit, and people are completely in the fucking, they don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't even think about that shit. for their fucking trigger bullshit. See him look back at me and shit to see if I was looking. Oh man, why, man, why? And I'm not complaining. I'm just asking, like, why in the fuck? Why me? Hey, what's going on, Tanya? Demons love. Oh, wait, let me see. Demons love those cabinets. Non-stop liar. That's why you gotta go. No contact. Yeah. Yeah, man. Sad, man. Now I see. Now I see what people meant when they were like, the social media, like, it started from people not, social media was making people numb. I remember seeing people's videos and shit. This is before I was targeted. They were like, people are losing, they're becoming numb. Like, like everything, they're losing their humanity to this fucking computer system. Like, to where they don't even want to meet people, like, regularly at the coffee shop and shit, because they have so many dating apps and so many, and we want to find the perfect match for you and shit. Like, why you gotta find the perfect match? Don't opposites attract? Like, I thought opposites attract. Now you fucking finding the perfect match and shit. Let people find themselves on themselves and shit. Like, you got about 50,000 fucking dating sites and shit. And then a lot of them is all scams anyways. Most of them is fucking scams and shit. You get all these fucking bots and shit trying to direct you to fucking sex sites and shit. It's like, fuck, man. And then you just become numb. You become fucking numb and shit. Yeah. That's where we're at now, man. People have become so numb to emotion. They become numb to emotion. They become numb to other people's feelings. Man, it's bad. It's bad. I remember I used to see people get made fun of, and like, I wouldn't necessarily fucking, you know, interfere no shit like that. But you see people get made fun of and shit, and that shit makes you feel bad for that person, makes you feel embarrassed. Like, it's like you take on that person's embarrassment. Like, you don't want to hear that motherfucker being fucking put down and shit the way that people are putting them down and shit. Like, now it's like people just don't give a fuck. They just don't. They don't give a fuck. The police have totally went corrupt and all that shit. It's going on like 11 right now, you guys. So I gotta recycle for a little bit. Again, they're not gonna have me running around town all crazy no more. So I'll probably be going live in a little bit. I'll be taking little breaks and shit. Like, that I'm literally not. They fucking laser. Like, ever since I kind of just fucking, I went on my own pace and I was like, fuck it, whatever they do is what they do. Like, shit has been, like, just that much more better. Like, I'm just not even tripping off their bullshit and running rapidly and fucking, you know, trying to beat their fucking bullshit that they're throwing upon me. It's like, once you just let that shit go and let God, it's like, whatever happens, happens, man. I don't even give a fuck no more. I'll take my chances in court. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try and live when I go to court. I'm gonna try and do a live in court because I want to see. I want you guys to hear and see if I get gaslighted in that motherfucker or anything. Take you guys every step of the way through this fucking court case bullshit. But yeah, let me go ahead and get ready to recycle. If I missed any of you guys, my apologies. I really wasn't trying to. I hope everybody has a good day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And as hard as it is, man, just try and deflect anything these people send at you.